Hey y'all, it's Jordan and
Lexi.
So we asked you all on Instagram to ask us questions about our 2L year so far, and we're just gonna get right on into it. Okay y'all, so before we get this video started, I just wanted to tell you all about my favorite perfume. Of course, they're from the one and only Dossier. So if you're not hip to Dossier, let me just explain real quick. Dossier is an inspired by brand that has luxury, high quality scents starting at as low as $29. So my favorite signature is the Ambery Saffron. Boom. They got me. Like,
cute packaging.
I'm loyal to this scent, y'all. I'm loyal. I just really like Dossier. The thing is, they used to have testers in here. They don't have testers anymore because we're trying to be more environmentally sustainable, but their risk-free return policy still stands. So if you don't like the scent and you get it, you can still return it risk-free. So what's your review?
And they're coming out with candles. This smells really good.
I actually have a candle burning right now, but it has smell.
It smells good.
Yeah, so Dossier has candles. This is actually, and even though the candle isn't that big, it's still, like, I've been burning this for like a while, so it's still long lasting, and it smells great. So your apartment, you can just be scented.
It's
like,
definitely setting an ambiance in here. I need to get into candles more.
for the fall. Like, it's perfect. Like, of course I need candles. But anyway, I will have my code on the screen. Be sure to use it for money off your purchase, and you need to be smelling good this fall.
Period.
So smell good with Dossier. Period. Okay, let's get into the questions.
Is 2L really easier? And is there light at the tunnel at the end of 1L? Depends on who you ask.
Nothing about law school is easy, like, but it's definitely better than 1L.
He said easier, so.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just a little.
I have way less reading. We have way less reading. Well, I know on my classes.
Yeah.
We're not taking the same classes anymore. That sucks.
Yeah.
But way less reading, way more free time because we're not in too many. Actually, I don't know about. But like, I feel like I have more free time than 1L for me personally.
That's why I said it depends on who you ask. Like, some people are doing like law review and like 5 other things, moot, and so like it's a more stressful year for them. But like, personally, I didn't do all that stuff, so it's easier for me.
Yeah, and there's just less pressure. Like 1L is way less pressure. 2L, it's just like you just have to finish. But I think it's easier. Did it get better, and did your study tips change?
I guess that was the same as before, like did it get easier, better, like a little. My study tips haven't really changed. I'm definitely doing less than I was during 1L.
Way less.
I mean, it changed in the fact that I'm not doing them anymore. Like,
studying changed to the point where I'm like, now we know how to study for an exam. We're just less anxious. We don't have to do too much.
Yeah.
1L, it was just like studying like a maniac.
I don't know what will work.
Yeah, you don't know what will work, and you just don't know what is good enough or all that. Like, the curve is terrible. 1L. 2L, curve is that bad. So
yeah, regrets from 1L and resolutions for the future. Regrets. I'm like, I don't know if I have any regret. We have to give them at least one regret. I mean, like, we say this all the time, but like, I kind of regret not getting as involved last year.
Oh, I don't.
Even though things were like online, just like regret not joining the organizations I was interested in. But like, now I joined them 2L year, so it's not even that big a deal.
Yeah, I think I probably talk about my 1L regrets in like another video, but so far, anything that I don't regret much of it. I think I did thing. So
Main thing is gonna be 2L regrets.
Yeah, 2L regrets. The list is.
I'm already regretting many things.
Oh, definitely. Another person said, is 2L harder and more time consuming than 1L? So basically, like we've been saying, if you are in a journal, moot court, clinics,
or all of the above, then
we should probably say our different things, because we still do stuff, y'all. So I do have a job. I'm a TA. I'm a Civ Pro TA. And that is probably currently why I look like this, like a bum. Like, I've been sitting here doing office hours for hours.
Yeah, I feel awful.
So that's like another time commitment. And then I'm also an extern.
Draining.
Yeah.
So
it's like, I feel like I just took a final exam. But anyway, so yeah, I'm a Civ Pro TA, and that is like a paid position. And then I'm externing for a judge, and that is for like just class credit, but it's good because it's just like another class, so it's one less final I have to take. So those things, they do take up time, but it could be worse. Like, I'm not complaining. Like, I personally think clinics are way more time consuming.
It depends on which one you're in. Like, I'm in a really laid back clinic. Like, my clinic is awesome. I'm doing the intellectual property patent clinic, so it's chill, it's fun, you know.
Yeah, but sometimes
you have to choose wisely. Like, you really take on what you want to take on 2L year, and some people take on a lot. Just know your limit. Do you have any outlines for PR and evidence? I think is that somebody who goes that one?
I don't think so, but look, I'm taking PR and evidence. So if you have outlines, send them to me. Shoot, I don't have any.
Tips on getting a paid summer internship, specifically how do you make yourself more appealing?
Well, we have a whole video.
I was gonna say, did we make a video on that?
Well, we did Big Law, which probably is, I don't know if that's what you were talking about.
That's good for the 1Ls.
But watch our Big Law video. I'll have it linked down below.
I can talk a little bit about 2L OCI real quick. So it's similar to what we said in the 1L video. If you're fortunate enough to get a firm job 1L, talk that up in your 2L interviews. Kind of distinguish why you want to be at a different firm if that's the route you're going. Talk up what you're going to do in the fall. That's why the majority of people do moot court, law review, etc., so they can put it on their resume that summer when they're interviewing for OCIs, and then they'll, like, you know, be able to talk about it during interviews. That
makes you appealing.
Yeah,
so law review,
what you're doing in the fall makes you appealing. What you did last summer makes you appealing. So talk those things up. Like, even if it's nothing, like, I made the clinic sound like the best thing in the world during interviews. Like, you have to talk it up.
Yeah, and I would say if you're talking about 1L, like 1L paid positions are very rare. So, you know, it's good if you get in. If you don't, it's literally not the end of the world.
Yeah.
But to make yourself more appealing, I mean, you're already yourself, so just talk about yourself, and I'm sure something about you stands out. And if it doesn't, then you're probably just thinking too hard. Everyone's asking, did 2L get significantly easier than 1L? Honestly,
just cut that because we already said it.
Literally, but I'm trying to, one thing I can expand on is like the mechanics of the class. That stuff does not change. Like, it's still like, okay, ooh, gotta get
well,
through
the
this
mechanics
case.
of some, like the seminar class, the writing classes, the classes where you have to write a paper for that class are completely different.
Okay,
than
yeah,
the
I'm not
classes
in
you have
that.
to take a final for.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is, most people will take that during their 2L year though.
Yeah, so most of, I didn't do a writing seminar class because I didn't get into the one I wanted, and I wanted to get as many bar classes out of the way. But like my bar classes, it's kind of the same, you know, strategy as like 1L classes. Like, you know, it's really just learning the law, but it's just a different type of headset. Like 1L year, it's just terrible. Like, there's just everything going on just all around that. Like 2L, I feel like I could just not read for a while, and I'm not gonna feel the stress that I would feel if I ever did that 1L year, which I didn't. But it's just different, and the vibes are just more chill. Like, you're in class not with the same people. You don't have to see the same people all the time. Like, you mix it up, and the fact that you chose that class already makes you in a better mood.
Exactly, agreed. So choose classes you're
choose
kind
your
of
schedule.
interested in, like, you know.
Yeah, like our earliest class is at 11 a.m. That is amazing.
That's probably making me lazier this semester,
it's
honestly.
Girl, because I'd be like, damn,
I could
8
be
o'clock
more
is so early.
productive.
Like, we really used to start class at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
What are some things you thought you'd be worried about in law school that are really not that bad?
So we can like also kind of make this towards like being in person, I guess, too. Like, well, I haven't even been cold called in person yet.
Girl, you gonna talk yourself up.
I know.
You know it's not gonna happen on Monday.
It's literally gonna come. But I hope it happens on Monday because I don't want to do it on my birthday.
Well, I don't like in person for real, but it's not that bad. What other things? I thought being in class with 3Ls was gonna be so intimidating. Like, we were just like, oh my god, because these are like the people that mentored us. So we're just like, okay, if they're in the class, I'm definitely
still
gonna
intimidated a little bit.
I'm still, I mean, not really, because
I am a little bit.
I mean, shoot, we have to take an exam. That's probably
Exactly.
why.
Like, I'm like, that's why I'm worried.
But I thought just like in the class, I just thought it was gonna be way different. But it's
the gunners are still the gunners, even from our year.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not even different.
It's really not. And even, but like, and sometimes I don't even know if someone's a 2L or a 3L because we only knew our section. Yeah. And we all have math.
I don't know the 1Ls, any of the 1Ls, except for our mentees.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
yeah, exactly, the 1Ls. But even still, sometimes I can't recognize them with the mask on. But yeah, I really don't know. It's not like,
that's kind of what we were worried about too. Being on campus without anyone else, like without that many friends or without knowing people. And I wouldn't say like it's terrible, like it's not bad, you know, because people are genuine, like friendly, like.
Yeah, and I was also worried about carrying books around, and I don't even do that.
I was worried about meeting old professors from 1L. Not worried, but just like wondering, what do they look like?
Oh my, and we've seen them in person, y'all, and it's always like,
it's like
everyone's
oh
like, is that,
my god.
It's like, what's that TikTok sound where they like whisper like,
is that?
Like that's how it is when we see a professor. But no, I only carry books for professional responsibility class. All my other classes, I don't bring the book to class. And I just got an iPad, so I joined that. Maybe
yeah, with my iPad, I don't bring books ever.
But I don't even bring the con law book for real.
Ever.
Even though I don't have it on my iPad. What else are we worried about?
That's pretty much it. I'm trying to think. Parking, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Just being able to get on campus, commuting. Like, it's fine for us because we're so close. So close. Like, it's not a commute. Like, other people, it's probably way bigger of a deal. Like, the metro and stuff.
We were worried about like people saying you can't use your laptop in class. I haven't had that experience. I mean, in one of my classes, sometimes she'll say, this is discussion time, no laptops.
Or like strict dress code, we were worried.
Oh yeah, people
like
come to class all types of ways.
But the hat thing, didn't somebody say?
Yeah, and she doesn't know hats.
Yeah.
But people will have on a do-rag.
What?
Yes.
How that work?
But she won't let you wear a baseball cap, so okay.
In this year, are you starting to focus on what you want to practice in? So personally, I am, because I'm doing like IP related stuff. And then next semester, I plan to do like biz orgs and like maybe mergers and acquisitions. So yeah, you can take like 1 or 2 classes of interest.
Yeah, you can, like, you can choose your classes. So like if you want to do more transactional stuff, you can start doing more like contract drafting, like those types of classes you just talked about. You don't have to do any of that though, because law school, like, you don't have a major, you don't like have a specialty. When you graduate, you just have like the JD, and then from there you just take the bar, and then you go to whatever you're gonna do. So I probably will start to take more of those like transaction classes now that I really have more interest in that. But as of this semester, everything I'm doing has nothing to do with what I'll need. Like literally nothing. So, well, probably professional responsibility.
Yeah.
But I don't see myself using con law. I don't see myself using evidence for real, Civ Pro.
Well, like, I guess if you're
I mean, maybe,
but
yeah.
we're not even trying to
but my short term, nothing like that.
Absolutely nothing. But I like taking classes that I'm a little bit interested in. Like,
exactly. I think that would make it
we used to always say 1L year, like, oh, we hate all our classes, like every topic, like we don't like a single class. And now it's a little different.
Yeah.
Now it's a little different, yeah.
Yeah. I don't love them, but I don't hate them.
Okay, what are some hardships you didn't experience until you were a law student? Also, budgeting tips. So that was like a 2-part question. Hardships, just dealing with like mental health. Like, yeah, that's been a challenge. Not saying that wasn't before, but now it's just like you have to juggle all these different things and try to stay like emotionally healthy as well, and like in tune with yourself. It's very hard. You're likely gonna put yourself on like the back burner to get things done, which you probably shouldn't, but that's just law school.
Yeah, and like to piggyback off of that, like law school definitely ruined my mental health because like it starting with 1L, being graded on a curve drove me off the wall. Like I was losing my cool because I just was constantly second guessing myself, constantly thinking, am I good enough? The next person is doing this, the next person is doing that, and that just like triggered so much anxiety out of me. I always had like a little bit of anxiety, but I feel like 1L full blown. Like I was great. Like it was nuts, and it hasn't gone away. And I think that's something that I picked up 1L year that'll probably be with me for like my entire career, sadly, until I get to like maybe whatever point. But I feel like in these early years, like I'm just always gonna have that mentality, like that anxiousness. It hasn't gone away since 1L. And I actually plan to like take my mental health more seriously and like get some sort of therapy because it literally wrecked me. And then things I didn't deal with before, probably just that anxiety of feeling like everything. And then also we always talk about this, that we're in such formative years. Like even though we can say we're so young, we have so much ahead of us, these decisions that we make now can determine so much. We feel like yeah, where we're gonna live, where the firm is gonna be located, just these small little things. Now we're about it, character and fitness. You know, you can't be wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
So the anxiety,
it's just always constantly there in the back of your mind. You're always thinking about the next credit you have to get, the next exam, the next anything. Even when we're like kind of coasting during 2L, like
it's still there.
Still
it's
there.
Smaller, but it's still there. Like, dang. Oh, budgeting.
Oh, budgeting, yeah. A thing we kind of do is like try to pay off as many bills at the start of the semester as you can. So like,
pay
your rent. Pay your rent off, or like your car insurance, or just pay some bills off, because that money will vanish.
Yeah, like get that out of the way. Like we pay our rent like for the whole
our
semester. Parking all paid for. I pay my Wi-Fi month to month though.
Yeah, I pay that. Like little small bills I pay month to month, but the big ones you definitely want to kind of knock out. Yeah. If you're not like a super responsible person.
I don't think I should be giving out financial and budgeting advice. Personally, because I'm terrible at it. Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like all in all 2L is better than 1L. Yeah. Like we're still in law school, you know, law school still sucks. But it's better. So
we don't want to like glamorize things. Like we
definitely don't. Yeah. We're keeping it real.
Yeah, definitely.
We're keeping it real. But basically,
you're gonna go back and watch this and be like, I was tired.
I'm clearly tired. I'm
like
just
clearly.
What am I saying?
Clearly, like exhausted. I can barely keep a straight face over here because I'm just like.
But we're saying, if you're a 1L watching this, it does get better.
Yeah.
And 2L, the thing about 2L is if it's bad for you, because probably you chose that. Like you chose to be doing. Like if you choose to be over involved in doing all this stuff, it didn't have to be that way. It did not have to. Like no one is forcing you to be on journal. No one is forcing me to take a side job.
Yeah, let me put it this way. Like, of course you want to make your resume look good. Of course the goal is always to get a job. But also try to do that in a way where you know you're not overextending yourself. Like basically like do things, like do a clinic you like to do. Don't do law review if you absolutely hate citations. Like why are you doing that to yourself? And
it's not like undergrad. Like don't try to go back, oh well in undergrad I did all these clubs and
exactly.
Like it's not undergrad no more. You need to choose one. I suggest doing one, maybe two things. I'm technically only doing one thing, just TAing. And then that externship is just replacing a class. I mean, it's still like I have to submit stuff to the judge, but it's not, I'm only taking 3 classes.
Yeah, and maybe only get involved in like one organization on campus. Like you don't have to be doing 3 or 4. You don't even have to take like whatever those roles that people do. Like the
leadership.
Yeah, the leadership positions in like this organizations, like that requires a lot of work. Like you have to put on events.
So just have that be your only thing.
Yeah.
You don't gotta be holding the whole school up on your 2 hands. Okay, let me stop. But that's our advice. Some people it works that way for them because they just feel like, if I'm busy, I'll get things done.
Remember, this is a marathon. Not a sprint.
And remember, we are current 2Ls, so what the heck do we know? So just take everything we say with a grain of salt, but this is just us real time talking to y'all. We love answering your questions, so continue to leave them down below. And maybe we'll do an updated one at the end.
Yeah, I feel like we need to update this.
Yeah,
because right now we're very much in the trenches right now.
Yeah, if you can't tell.
If we had filmed this video like even 3 weeks prior, we probably would have felt
you've been smiling.
Like, yeah, like
oh
you can tell.
But no.